Welcome back to this special episode of Storyboard, where we are bringing to you some of the best conversations we have had with celebrity endorsers in the year gone by. Before going on break, we saw extracts of my chat with Shah Rukh Khan and Kareena Kapoor Khan, and now it's time for this conversation with Farhan Akhtar. You are one of the most bankable endorsers.
No pun intended. Bankable.
I was getting there. I was getting at the pun. And you are endorsing a bank brand. I want to know how are you a bankable endorser and how do you choose your brands?
You know, it's difficult to sit and analyze yourself about what it is that other people see in you. I think the work that you do or the way you live your life, you know, I think is probably really what is important for people to take their own kind of notice of. But apart from that, what I look for when I do any kind of advertising is, one, of course, it has to be a brand that I would trust. It has to be, then beyond that, a script that is effective, a story that is engaging within those 30 seconds or 20 seconds at times. And how, again, this association for both parties, that's the brand and me, you know, can help us move in a certain direction or grow together in a certain direction, because there is a certain joy in that as well. You know, when you're involved with something and you see the growth of that company or of that brand, you know, you feel like you're a part of something that's changing people's lives, and that's a good feeling.
Beyond being an actor, beyond being a filmmaker, you're also a writer, and when it comes to the creative storytelling process, has there been a point in time where, you know, probably you have given your own inputs to the team in terms of the storytelling that they are doing?
Well, I mean, I actually I have a lot of gratitude for the people that I've worked with, you know, because more often than not, they do kind of bounce their scripts off me, you know, and they ask for feedback, you know, on a script. Whether they do it out of courtesy or they really want to know is two different things. But the fact is that they've always asked me, and I've always honestly told them what I felt. With the understanding that I know for a fact that they want to make a good film, and I would hope that they similarly feel the same way, that I only want to improve on the communication that we are putting out there.
Do you think the storytelling has changed over the past few years with the coming in of so many different mediums?
We've always had effective advertising and ineffective advertising. Like, we've always had good films and bad films.
No, with the digital medium coming in, with social media playing such a huge role in advertising.
Well, to a certain extent, you have to figure out how to grab somebody's attention a lot more faster. Because there is so much out there. There's so many different avenues where now somebody can go to entertain themselves. So there is a certain responsibility on the writer of a commercial, and then of course the director in terms of the treatment of it, to try and get a person's attention within the first few seconds. That is very important, because at times people don't have that patience, you know, anymore to kind of see something through till the end of even 60 seconds anymore. It
is good to know that Farhan does think like a marketer when it comes to his brand endorsements. Next up, we have a man who is known as God of Cricket, Sachin Tendulkar. As aggressive as he is with his game in the cricketing field, he is extremely soft-spoken as a person when you meet him. I was in fact warned that he is diplomatic best when it comes to giving answers. I would rephrase that and say gracefully guarded. Still, we did manage to get a few answers out of him which he couldn't dodge. Let's take a look at this conversation. We have a very special guest on Storyboard, a man probably bowlers love to hate, but endorsers love to love. Sachin Tendulkar, welcome to the show.
Thanks for this wonderful introduction.
Honestly, I can't think of a category that you are not associated with in terms of brands. Like, it's really difficult to think of a category. So which category you are not associated with probably?
There are two categories that I've intentionally stayed away from, which is, one is advertising alcohol and number two is advertising tobacco. So I've intentionally stayed away from these for a number of years. I got many offers, but I just didn't want to. I had promised my father that I would never promote these two things, and I've stayed away from these two things.
So over the years, you know, you've been associated with so many brands, so many different brands. How does Sachin Tendulkar choose his brand?
Well, I have a team working with me, and it's their job to find out what the brand stands for, and whether we both gel together and have that impact on the people around or not, and whether I am adding value to people's lives or not. There has to be something positive out of it for both of us, for me as well as the brand, and then above all for people as well. So if that works, then it's fine. But if there is no connect between us, then it doesn't make any sense, according to me.
Over the years, you have endorsed so many brands. Can you share some anecdotes of the impact that you've had on a consumer's mind as an endorser? Someone has said that maybe it changed my life, or some difference that you've, or value addition that you've done as an endorser.
I've spoken about Aviva's various initiatives, and something which really touched my heart was 2 years ago, we did the Great Wall of Education, where we were able to collect over 1 million books, which were distributed among all the underprivileged children, which was really, really satisfying. I felt, that we were giving something back to the needy ones, and it is about how we can change the nation. It definitely had a contribution in, taking the right step forward. I'm not saying that, just by distributing 1 million plus books will change the nation, but that is the right step towards, wanting to achieve our target. It's a long journey. We all will have to contribute from all different areas, and this is one area where I really got a lot of satisfaction out of it.
Having endorsed so many brands, over the years, if I were to ask you that one advice, or maybe 2 or 3 things that you would say tell a young cricketer, probably to take note of before choosing an endorsement, what would that be?
2, though I've already told you: no tobacco, no alcohol. The third one is, I think the team has to be solid. If a team is solid, then they understand which brand one should be associated with and which brands to stay away from. I'm not saying if you have a solid team, they're not going to make mistakes. We are all humans and we'll make mistakes. But a solid team will always be more responsible before you take any decision, and think twice before you sign for any product. Yes, there will be offers on the table, but that doesn't mean we go around signing. Have to be choosy and understand the responsibilities, and then only sign, is what I would say.
What does Sachin Tendulkar as an endorser stand for today?
We
all know, all the marketers know what quality Sachin Tendulkar stands for, but from you I want to understand that.
I think I believe in relationships. I believe in transparency. I believe in adding value and then making people's lives better. Trust is really important. I think that's enough. I should not be talking so much about myself, no. Let others talk about it.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. Hope you enjoyed all the conversations we played out for you today and in the year gone by. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back same time next week, next year. And here is wishing you all a very happy new year.